there. Those gypsies, great. Now I can't, that's another place I can't go. And they are, and then what did she do? So we yelled gypsy. Exactly. She smacked her head. That's great. And then when you go in, especially in the church, if you look up, my dad said,
I'd like to call to order the school district's regular business meeting. Item number 1.1. And we're going to move to item 2.1, which is the pledge of allegiance. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Thank you.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
About face. Forward, march.
Please join us in a moment of silence as we reflect on those serving in the United States Armed Forces, both past and present, the elected leaders of the state of Pennsylvania, and the elected leaders of our nation. We have much to be thankful for in our community. Please be seated. Item 3, executive session announcements. There was one executive session that took place on Monday, April 28th at 6 p.m. in the high school library to discuss personnel and legal matters. At this time, I'd like to turn the meeting over to Dr. Christian for the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mr. Freeze. Item 4.1, Student Government Executive Council President's Report. Christian Wood.
Thank you, Dr. Christian. First of the high school. In the high school, the Ojrsd High School crew is trained through the winter and the spring season is half completed. Both the boys and girls teams are showing the larger and more established regional crews that they come to win. Of the 20 votes in any single division, Ojrsd has placed in the top 5 in almost every race in which they've competed. Most recently, the girls' JP took home a first place trophy from the Speed Export Memorial Regatta on the Cooper River. 2 individual rowers have committed to colleges to row, and more are being recruited by Division I and Division II schools at this time. The Ojrsd crew will be competing in the Philadelphia Scholastic Rowing Championships, and a few boats will be invited to move on to compete in the Rowing Nationals on the Cooper River in late May. Student Council is sponsoring a community swing dance and spaghetti dinner on Friday, May 16th. The jazz band will provide the music. The results from the National Latin and the National French contests are in, and several students did quite well. The 10th annual Ojrsd High School Student Film Festival will take place on Wednesday, May 21st at 7 p.m. in the high school auditorium. Doors will open at 6:30. Tickets are $5 and $3 in advance. Advance tickets will be on sale in the cafeteria during all school lunches starting on May 12th. Profits will benefit the $500 scholarship annually awarded to a senior that will be attending a 4-year college to continue their education in film and media arts. The student must have been in the Ojrsd video production program for a minimum of 3 years. The event is sponsored by the Video Production Club. Next is the middle school. The middle school was proud of the over 300 entries for the science fair this past year. They were well represented at the county level, where 10 students participated at the Delaware Valley Albert Einstein Science Fair. Congratulations to Laura Berganti, an 8th grade student at Ojrsd Middle School. Laura won 3rd place in the Medicine and Health at Delaware Valley Albert Einstein Science Fair, which was for grades 6 through 8, and was nominated for the Broadcom Masters. The Broadcom Masters has been described as the International Science Fair for the middle school junior high level. Once they are nominated, the student needs to submit their paperwork and enter that competition. Laura was given back her original paperwork that was sent to CCSRC in a packet with info for the Broadcom Masters. If she enters and does well, she has the potential to win several $1,000s in awards and a visit to the White House. The recent cabaret showcased the many talents at the middle school, and the celebration of arts will be on May 1st from 6:30 to 8:30 at the middle school. Next is general elementary school news. During the month of April, elementary buildings celebrated Poetry Month with Poem in Your Pocket Day. The 2014 PMEA Chorus Fest was held on April 11th, and students from all elementary schools participated along with over 100 children from throughout the region. The rehearsal was held at Chichester High School during the day, and an evening finale concert was held as a culminating experience. Special Olympics will be held on May 8th, and several elementary school students will be participating. We are very proud of all our Special Olympians. During the month of May, elementary schools will be holding kindergarten roundup for kindergarten students who will be starting in the fall. Next is East Coventry. East Coventry had 65 participants from grades 4 through 6, formed 6 teams at the recent Chester County Reading Olympics competition. This is a record amount of participants for East Coventry. This week is filled with activities including Grand Friends Day, the PTA Book Fair, and the very popular Ice Cream Social and Art Show. This year's art show will feature several make-and-take stations where children can try their hand at being an artist. Next is East Vincent. The Odyssey of the Mind team competed at both the South Central Odyssey of the Mind Regional Competition and the Pennsylvania State Finals Contest to earn their place at the World Competition at the end of May in creative problem solving. In addition, 3 East Vincent students will also represent the district at the World Competition on the middle school team. To celebrate Poetry Month, a poetry graffiti wall was established for students to provide weekly responses to the submission. Students were encouraged to read other student and teacher responses, and teachers were encouraged to read a poem each day at morning meeting or select students' poems. Next is French Creek. French Creek will be hosting its annual spring concert on Tuesday, April 29th at 7 p.m. The concert will feature students in band, hand-up choir, and chorus. And the Envirothon students will compete in the annual Envirothon competition at Hibernia Park on April 30th. Next is North Coventry. This year, North Coventry had 3 teams with a total of 29 students participate in Reading Olympics. And finally is West Vincent. West Vincent has created its first student council with 22 classroom representatives in grades 4 through 6, and an additional 32 students participating in the general membership. Members are learning about student government, including parliamentary procedure and leadership skills. The student council focuses on service, spirit, and leadership activities. The students are very enthusiastic about the opportunity to be student leaders in their school. That's all I have. Thank you, Dr. Christian.
Thank you, Christian. Item 4.2. At this time, we'd like to recognize several of our faculty members for receiving the honor of being nominated for the Citadel's Heart of Learning Award. The Citadel Heart of Learning Award is a nationally recognized program through Citadel Banking and the Chester County Intermediate Unit. The award is designed to honor and thank Chester County's teachers while raising awareness of their impact on students, families, and the entire community. We had many teachers nominated, and at this time, we are going to invite each of our principals to come up to recognize teachers from their building. First is Mr. Oswald from East Coventry.
Good evening, everyone. I have the great pleasure of recognizing 3 individuals this evening from East Coventry who were nominated for the Citadel Heart of Learning. I'd like to introduce Pat Carney, Justine Taylor, and also Sybil Vernon. And with us this evening we have Justine Taylor and Sybil Vernon. With that, I pass the microphone to my esteemed colleague, Dr. Bell.
Thank you. Good evening. From East Vincent, we'd like to recognize Lisa Cunningham, Matt Famous, Eileen Meeker, Carrie Baton, Christopher Polocek, Kathy Sachs, Carlin Sensini, Matthew Benza, and Jessica Weiss. With us this evening, I saw Eileen Meeker, Kathy Sachs, and Dr. Carlin Sensini. Would you please come forward?
Good evening, I'm Dr. Lloyd, principal at North Coventry. And this evening we recognize 22 of our teachers from North Coventry. So get ready, Dr. Christian, this is a quiz to see if you can get them right. This evening we will be honoring from 3rd grade, Ms. Joanna Abramson, from 1st grade, Lisa Mueller, 4th grade, Kelly Beaver, 5th grade, Catherine Bell, our Title I math support teacher, Rachel Beresford, one of our kindergarten teachers, Elizabeth Bevan, absent this evening, Susan Bittler from 1st grade, Shelley Flint from 3rd grade, Jen Heckler, also not with us this evening from 2nd, Patty Jand is here from 5th grade, Allison Cole is from 3rd grade, she was not able to attend. Tim Maher is here this evening from 6th grade, Ashley McKay from 2nd grade is out on maternity leave, Kathleen O'Neill, one of our reading specialists, is here this evening, Lauren Pringle from 6th grade, will be with us. Heather Reynolds from kindergarten is here, along with Leah Salter from 1st, Emily Sassney from 2nd grade, Lori Scheid from 1st, our art teacher Tom Sonnenberg, Carly Youngblood from 4th grade, and our other 6th grade teacher is Nick Sortman, who's going to join us this evening. So come on up. Yeah, go ahead. We're all doing this. You go first. So next up is my esteemed colleague from West Vincent, Ed Smith.
Good evening, thank you very much. West Vincent's College has 9 members. Unfortunately, either they're getting ready to have a baby or they're home with their newborn. So I'd like to recognize the following teachers: Ms. Adria Cresswell, Ms. Julia Feldman, Mrs. Kimberly Geary, Mrs. Stacy Haggerty, Mrs. Ashley Hyman, Mrs. Linda Polito, Ms. Robin Remigio, Ms. Lindsay Stout, Mrs. Zimmerman. And I'd like to ask Mrs. Remigio to come up and join me, please. Next, I'd like to introduce Dr. Soder.
Good evening. Mr. Burns from the middle school could not be here tonight, so I am going to announce our Citadel nominees from the middle school. And they include Mark Bilodeau, Courtney Campbell, Beth Fuller, Stephen DiRaffalo, Laura Frank, Angeli Harvey, Evan Howe, Jason Hess, Mark Hofer, Bryn Hoyt, Lisa Levan, Sherm Markowski, Elizabeth Ross, and Joshua Yoder. We have 2 of those folks who are here with us tonight, Beth Fuller and Laura Frank. And from our high school, Dr. Marquini could not be here tonight, so we have quite a list from our high school. Dr. Carol Abrahamson, Francesca Alexander, Audrina Andres, Amber Benson, Alicia Braxador, Jessica Brilla, Brian Burnett, Lou Hardy, Tanya Clemens, Lindsay Dahl, Anna DePaul, Joseph Faust, Jeremy Fox, Dawn Galandis, Joseph Gallagher, Brett Galandis, Eric Garman, Corinne Hummel, James Hunter, Aaron Kalasunis, Peter Kelly, Joe Kirkner, Nicole Leister, Mark Lieberson, John McCormick, Sheila McIntyre, Jody McMahon, Charles Nesley, Donna Pioli, Jessica Potts, Stephen Roth, Ezekiel Reichley, David Wren, William Richardson, David Schwenk, Beth Seiler, Theodore Snyder, Karen Susadell, Peg Tinder, Daryl Walmer, Candace Weiss, Andrew Worley, Andrew Wright, Meg Rubel, Jonathan Yoder, and Shannon Zepp. And with us tonight, Brian Burnett, Brett Columbus, Mark Lieberson, Stephen Roth, and Karen Susadell. We also want to take a moment and recognize Master Gunnery Sergeant Andrew Worley. He was our Citadel winner for our school district this year. He could not be here with us this evening, but we look forward to having him celebrate with the other Citadel Award winners across the county. Congratulations. We have one more school to be recognized. The candidates are not here. However, French Creek did have folks who were nominated: Sarah Ellinger, Kelly DiBattista, Margaret Gerber, Amanda O'Brien, Janet Ryan, and Stone Stafford. So, our French Creek
Thank you, Mr. Sitter. As you heard in Christian's report earlier, we had an outstanding year with our boys and girls swim teams, with participants. The girls won the championship, and we had quite a number go on to the state level. So at this time, without any further ado, I'd like to introduce our head boys and girls swim coach, Coach Kevin Bott.
Such a privilege of being one of our school board. These athletes work extremely hard and they're very appreciated. Thank you very much. First, I'm going to call the coaching staff forward. Coach Paul Terrell, Coach Jenny Homestead, Coach Rebecca Elliott, and Coach Kristen Troutman. Working with such wonderful individuals, and we feel really good about our coaching staff, and we all complement each other very well. I think it's a lot of fun coaching together. I'm going to introduce the girls and the person. Caitlin Dales, Taylor Davis, Allison Yerhosky, Harley Dunlap, Julia Farkas, Laurel Fink, Morgan Fink, Eva Gerhardt, Morgan Hansen, Kate McConaughey, Devin Innes, Annie Reisenwitz, Maddie Sager, Drew Snyder, Haley Scanner, Sammy Terrell, Marielle Tucker, Kelly Worth, and Abigail Wooden, Daniel Wood, and Gabby Uhas. We had a tremendous year, 10-0 for the regular season, undefeated in all their dual meets, had a great district meet, and we did have, like Mr. Scott mentioned, athletes move on to the state level. I thought one of the neatest accomplishments was at our home meet against Methacton, the girls broke all three of the pool relay records. So that was a really exciting meet, and we had some phenomenal swims, and we had great team records and pool records throughout the course of the year. So congratulations, ladies, we're very proud of you. We had 4 gentlemen make it to the state meet: Colin Bauer, Sam Pfizer, Alex McCullough, and Basil Bocalani. Basil couldn't be here with us this evening. These gentlemen had an extremely great year overall. They participated at the district meet, and These gentlemen also qualified for states: Colin in the 53, Sam in the 53, and Hunter Butterfly, and then Alex in the 103 and the 200 freestyle. These three joined with Basil for some relays that made states, and they actually are on the consideration list for All-America with their times, and they set some new team and pool records throughout the course of the year, so congratulations to all of them. Sam Kaiser also was a repeating district champion in the 50 freestyle this year, so a special congratulations to him as well. Congratulations, gentlemen. And I'd like to introduce Brian Burnett, who's going to be introducing the DACA individuals. Congratulations to everybody here this evening.
Good evening. My name is Brian Burnett. I'm the DEC advisor at the high school. DEC is for a club for students interested in business careers, mainly marketing, merchandising, and entrepreneurship. We're here tonight to congratulate the students that placed either first, second, third, or fourth at the state level, or maybe moving on to the World Championships, which are actually next week in Ojrsd. When you hear your name, please come forward. Alex Vital in Entrepreneurship Innovation. Alex Vital in Professional Selling. Brian Brady, Entrepreneurship Innovation. Rachel Brooks, Operations Research. Sienna Carroll, Operations Research. Jared Cooney, Sports Marketing. Natalie Checkeye, Fashion Merchandising. Noah Edgecliffe Johnson, Business Financial Services. Eliza Fitch, Advertising Campaign. Ethan Gallagher, Entrepreneurship Innovation. Aaron Gray, Professional Selling. Andrew Griffin, Hospitality Team. Katie Higgins, Fashion Merchandising. Brooke Miller, Operations Research. Stephen Myers, Professional Selling. Emerson Dodges, Hospitality Team. Carolyn Raddick, Fashion Merchandising. Colin Zunger, Hotel Lodging Management. Eliza Stoner, Operations Research. Chris Stout, Quick Serve Restaurant Management. And Daniel Wood, Advertising Campaign. Please help me congratulate these guys. We're going to be competing against anywhere from 15 to 20,000 students at nationals in about a week, next week, from all over the world. There will be roughly 200 students in every event. Last year, we were lucky enough to have 2 other ONJ teams make top 10 in 2 different events. So please help me congratulate them.
Thank you, Brian.
Yep, thank you.
Item 4.4, I'd like to take this time to acknowledge Mr. Dave Strock for being named the 2013 Pennsylvania Region 1 Athletic Director of the Year. Dave has been with O&J Roberts for over 32 years and is a member of the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association and has been a certified instructor for the American Coaches Effectiveness Program. He served as the league commissioner for numerous sports throughout his tenure in the Chestnut League and Pioneer Athletic Conference. At the district level, Dave and O&J Roberts School District have hosted playoffs for field hockey, football, soccer, basketball, lacrosse, baseball, and softball. The district, under the leadership of Dave Strock, has hosted the PIAA Sports Soccer, Boys and Girls Soccer, and Field Hockey Championship playoffs. He has been an umpire for PIAA Division 1, 2, and 3 at the college level and a professional umpire. On a personal note, when I was an athletic director for 1 year in the Acton School District, I worked with Dave and he guided me through some of my own induction issues, so I appreciate that on a personal level, Dave. Congratulations, please come forward.
We're not certified in technology.
I don't really need that. I accept this award not on behalf of myself, but all the people that I've had the opportunity to work with for my many years, and for the student athletes that participated here, and all the kids that participated in extracurricular activities. The number of personnel that I deal with on a yearly basis has been phenomenal. The staff has been extremely supportive of our extracurricular programs, which is extremely important to the total development of our student athletes. Okay, so I want to thank everybody, and I accept this on behalf of everyone over here at the school district. Thank you.
I will keep superintendent's comments brief. Item 4.5, it's prom season. This Saturday night is our prom. Prior to the prom season, on Thursday of this week, the high school will be hosting an event called the Safety Bug event. The Safety Bug is sponsored by a group called Cruisin' Not Boozin'. It's to teach kids the ill effects of drinking and driving. So kids will participate in a simulation on our campus with the training supervisor, so they understand the importance of not drinking and driving. And they'll take a survey and participate in that. And then I want to really thank all of our parents and faculty who have contributed to the post-prom that will take place after prom night at the Commons in Phoenixville. They will all travel down to Dave & Buster's and Twin Feeding so that our kids are safe throughout the night. We can't stress that enough, so thank you for all of those who are involved. Lastly, our spring concert season starts tomorrow. Please check our website for all the dates. We have a plethora of conferences. Kids just got through finishing PSSAs. Very strenuous amount of testing, a lot of assessments. Well, performance assessments are quite enjoyable, not only for the kids, but for their families as well. So please come out and enjoy the concerts. Prior to turning back over to Mr. Freeze, at this time I would like to invite all of our recipients here this evening to go with Mrs. Recton out into the lobby area so we can get pictures of each of our groups that were recognized tonight. Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Item number 5.1, public comment on agenda items. Information, proposals, and statements from individuals or delegations pertaining to items on the agenda. Speakers are to indicate your name, township of residence, and the item or items on the agenda to which your comments are addressed. Speakers will be limited to not more than 3 minutes. Seeing none, moving on to item number 6.1, Committee of the Whole. The meeting of the Committee of the Whole was held on April 14th at 7 p.m. in the Administration Room. The following committees met at that time: Curriculum and Instruction Committee, along with Finance Committee. Moving on to item 6.2, Buildings and Grounds. Mr. Kleinfelder.
Thank you, Mr. Freeze. Good evening. There was a meeting of the Buildings and Grounds Committee held on Monday, April 14, 2014 in the boardroom of the Administration Office at 6 p.m. The committee received an update from Johnson Controls on the repairs to the solar panel system at the high school. All repairs have been completed and the system will be put back into service. East Coventry renovations. The committee received the proposed schematic design and site development for plans for the renovation of East Coventry Elementary School. The committee received an update from Steve Parks on the bids received for the athletic turf replacement and restarting of the stadium track. The recommendation is that the Board of School Directors award the bid for the resurfacing the stadium track, running track, to ATT Sports Incorporated. The high school stadium multi-purpose use field replacement. At the time of the meeting, the recommendation was to reject all bids for the synthetic turf replacement and rebid with revised warranty where Congress based on the following. The bid specifications call for a 10-year warranty that is not fully insured by a third party. No bidder submitted such a warranty at the time. At best, only 8 years were insured and 2 years were manufacturer warranty. Zurich was told that the insurance industry does not offer a 10-year insurance warranty. Buildings and Grounds thus recommended rebuilding with the warranty requirements reflecting the market. Plan was to have new bids ready to receive April 30th with board approval on May 5th. Since then, Schultz Turf has produced a 10-year insured warranty with no price increase as compared to an 8-year insured warranty. Based on this, the recommendation is to move forward with awarding the bid to Schultz Sports Turf for the replacement of the stadium turf and multi-use fields. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Pine. So moving on to 6.3, Chester County Intermediate Unit. Mrs. Vargas.
The Chester County Intermediate Unit Board of Directors held its monthly meeting on April 23rd, 2014 at the Child and Career Development Center in Ojrsd. The following items were discussed. We had a presentation by Mr. Matt Riley, the Autism Program Specialist, who gave us an overview of the CAPTURE program. The CAPTURE program is a pilot program being tested this year in 2 classrooms at the Child and Career Development Center in Ojrsd. The program utilizes a computer app that records video of students with challenging behaviors. When the bad behavior occurs, the teacher can press a button on a remote and the recording will start. The computer app actually records the incident and the preceding 5 minutes from when it happened, which allows the teacher to determine what triggered the episode. So, for example, we were all sitting here and there was a behavior issue in front of us. There was a camera up there. They had all of our parents' permission to take all of us. And Jackie's our teacher, and she's working with Christian. And over here, Melissa and Renee get in a fight. Her attention might have not hit you guys until the physical altercation occurred. She could tap it at that point in time. If you're being recorded, what happens is that it can look at the time when she started the recording and it captured the 5 minutes prior to that, so she can see the antecedent that caused the behavior, so they can work on appropriate consequences to the behavior. And what happens is that film automatically gets distributed to like the behavior specialist in the building, so the teacher can have feedback on the behavior right away and come up with a plan. So the thing that was really interesting to me is we were talking about it, and like I said, they're piloting it in 2 other classrooms at the Child and Career Development School Center. And this one autistic teacher was telling me how a specific student will go to grab her at certain times, and that was the behavior that they were working on, stopping. And she never knew until the camera went back in 5 minutes is that she was like, the teacher absentmindedly cut her nail. While she was working with them, and that sound triggered the behavior. And they were going round and round and round, but until the capture program captured it, they didn't really know what was causing it. So this is just something interesting that I think that, keep our eye on. Like I said, the IU is piloting it. They want to see what they can do if they work out some kinks in it, and they want to make it something that could go into more buildings throughout the IU, and then eventually offer to districts. So I thought that was important. We also approved a resolution opposing restricting
Mrs. Vargas.
Mrs. Vargas, I want to follow up on something you said about the reimbursement issue. I think in general, school board members and the public we serve should be more active in contacting legislators to report an issue like that. Issues, well, and if you have a petition, a declaration, a resolution, bring it forth to us. I would support it, and we can send it out as a board.
Well, the resolution was in more line, and as a board, we can adopt it
I think that we should.
as well. So it's more along the lines is let's get everybody informed about the situation so that you know what's going on and why it's going on, and the public wants to know what's going on and discuss it further, and then we'll work on it as a board.
I think it's a very important part of our job. Thanks for bringing it to us.
Staying with Mrs. Vargas, Curriculum and Instruction Committee.
The Curriculum and Instruction Committee met as part of the Committee of the Whole meeting on April 14th. And there were 2 items on the agenda. New textbooks were presented for science, AP, Spanish, and these texts are on the agenda tonight. And also, as a result of recent changes to Chapter 4 regulations, 2 sections of the previously approved high school program of study have been revised, and they're on the agenda also this evening. The curriculum staff has been providing numerous hours of professional development sessions throughout the spring as a part of Flex offering to the teachers, and they have been preparing for the Technology Academy in June, which I can't wait to you guys hear more about because it is very popular and exciting. So we'll get an update on that, I'm sure, soon as well. At the main curriculum committee meeting, we will have an update on the teacher evaluation system and student learning objectives. And the next curriculum and instruction committee is scheduled during the committee of the whole, which is at French Street on May 12th, 2014. And I just want to give you a quick little word about something that I was able to do on Friday. On Friday, I was able to leave my curriculum meeting with Dr. Soder and her team and come over to STEM Day. And STEM Day was held here at the high school, and it was for students who had a GIEP or in their gifted program. And it was held in 2 specific rooms, I believe both LGIs. And what happened is that all the kids set up, and then there was a big parent walkthrough. So parents were able to go through both rooms and see different schools' projects. And what kids were asked to do was to pick a topic which they had an interest in, but also had a goal in their GIEP on, and create a project about it. And I saw everything from comparison of play from a human brain and a gorilla brain. I had a presentation by a 4th grader on tornadoes, how, why, everything about tornadoes you can imagine she knew. They were building Connect robotic specific training. They got schooled on the whole robotics and how that whole competition worked. But the thing that, they all blew my mind, don't get me wrong, but I talked to these kids who are these gamer creators, okay? So they're from, I believe it was East Vincent, and they were 5th and 6th graders, and they created this game, like a video game, from this technology called Scratch, which was all like a graphic design. And then they wrote code for their game. They wrote code. Okay, so I'm standing there and I'm like, okay, so what were you into? Like more of the graphic design aspect or the code? And he had to explain to me that code writing is relaxing and how it's just like the coolest thing ever. And the amount of enthusiasm in these 3 kids, and I couldn't I literally chuckled myself because I was like, he's so much smarter than I am, but they're just what they're capable of doing. So I wanted to let you guys know, because when we have those conversations about what do we need to be offering our kids, this group of kids is gonna need more. And then talking to Dr. Lehman, she was explaining to me that the goal for next year is to take it down, I don't mean down, across, but it's not going to be just dedicated to the
item as well, committee members.
Thank you, Mrs. Marcus. Moving on to item 6.5, Finance Committee. Mr. Stone was unable to attend tonight's meeting. Any chairperson or any committee members wish to add anything at this time?
Mr. Freeze, the Finance Committee met on April 7th to review the people services, facilities, technology, and business services cost center budgets. We then met on the 14th of April during the committee of the whole meeting where we reviewed the financial final staffing plan and also the proposed general fund budget. The next meeting of the Finance Committee is May 5th. Let's make that. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Hughes. Item 6.6, Legislative and Policy Committee. Mr. Hughes.
The Legislative and Policy Committee has not met since the last school board meeting, but our next meeting is scheduled for Monday, June 9th at 7:30 p.m. in middle school.
Thank you, Mr. Hughes. Item 6.7, Personnel Committee. Mr. LaCroix.
Thank you, Mr. President. No report at this time.
Thank you, Mr. LaCroix. Moving on to number 7 on the agenda item. Item 7.1, motion to approve recommended routine matters. These are consent items 7.2 through 7.9. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Moved by Mr. Kleinfelder, second by Mr. LaCroix. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 8, approval of routine matters. 8.1, approval of meeting minutes. Do I have a motion?
So
Moved by Mr. McCall. Second by Mr. Kleinfelder. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 9, 9.1, board communication. At this time, is there any board communication, Mrs. Crumline?
There are no board communications, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Crumline. Item number 10, board discussion. Is there any board discussion at this time? Yes, Ms. Sparks.
So the other thing that we talked about at, during our workshop is getting our name out there more and, you know, taking a claim on the county and making our district stand out. And I'm happy to report that, there's a magazine it started in the daily local news, like every few months. And typically the magazine is all about private schools. And they do mention the public schools in the county, in downtown, in town, community development, that's part of it. So, not that there's anything wrong with that, but like I'm just saying, one of our goals for Dr. Christian was getting after. So I was happy to see that in this month, there's an article about Oakland. And the cool thing about it is it's not just about academics. It's about a program at East Vincent where 6th graders are working with kindergartners. And it talks about our school's community and how there's a, not just a buddy system, but a mentor system, and the pride that the 6th graders are getting, and the confidence that the kindergartners are getting. And I think it speaks volumes of our district because our academics and the testing scores and all that can speak for themselves, but we're still developing a certain type of future society member. And I just wanted to say thank you for making sure that that happened. And I was really excited to see us because we were one of 5. The rest were all private schools again. So it was just 5 schools in Chester County. So, good job. And that concludes my comment.
Any other discussion items? Moving on to 11.1, old business. Seeing there is none, moving on to item 12, approval of personnel matters. These are consent items. These are the consent items 12.2 through 12.14. Do I have a motion? I missed that one. Moved by Mrs. Booth. Second by Mr. Hughes. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13, new business, 13.1. Oh, please, excuse me, I apologize. Under 12.3, the approval of retirement resolutions, which was just passed. We have two members here, which we would like to read a resolution for. This is for Mr. Clint Storm. Whereas Clint Storm, as an employee of the Ojrsd Roberts District for the past 24 years and 10 months, has made a significant contribution to students in the district. Whereas Mr. Storm has given unselfishly of his time, talents, and energies in serving the youth of our community by performing his job to the best of his ability. And whereas Mr. Storm has made a great impact upon the Ojrsd Roberts School District now and in the future. And whereas Mr. Storm's retirement is richly deserved and recognized as a high honor and distinction. Therefore, be it resolved that the Ojrsd Roberts School Directors, the administration, fellow employees of the Ojrsd Roberts School District express deep appreciation to Mr. Storm for 24 years and 10 months of loyal service and wish him good health and continued success in future endeavors. Be it further resolved that this second day of May 2014 be officially declared Clint Storm Day in the Ojrsd Roberts School District. There's one more which we'd like to read at this time. Whereas David Strock Jr., as an employee of the Ojrsd Roberts School District for the past 32 years and 11 months, has made a significant contribution to students in the district, and whereas Mr. Strock has given unselfishly of his time, talents, and energies in serving the youth of our community by performing his job to the best of his ability. And whereas Mr. Strock has made a great impact upon Ojrsd Roberts School District now and in the future, and whereas Mr. Strock's retirement is richly deserved and recognized as a high honor and distinction. Therefore, be it resolved that the Ojrsd Roberts School Directors, the administration, and fellow employees of the Ojrsd Roberts School District express deep appreciation to Mr. Strock for 32 years and 11 months of loyal service and wish him good health and continued success in future endeavors. Be it further resolved that the first day of May 2014 be officially declared David Strock Jr. Day in the Ojrsd Roberts School District, adopted by the Board of School Directors of the Ojrsd Roberts School District on the 28th day of April 2014. Mr. Strock. Item 13, new business. 13.1, approval of Teacher Appreciation Week resolution. Moved by Mrs. Vargas, second by Mr. McCall. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Item 13.2, approval of policy for second reading. Moved by Mr. Mr. Kleinfelter.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Barkus. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13.3, approval of policy 333 through 339, work week and fringe benefits for administrative employees, and policy 32.1, salary determination, management evaluation, and compensation plan for administrative employees. I have a motion. Moved by Mr. McCall, second by Mr. Hughes. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13.4, approval of policy 508.2, work week and fringe benefits, confidential employees, policy 508.3, salary determination, confidential employees. Do I have a motion? Moved by Mr. McCall. Second by Mrs. Vargas. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13.5, approval of 2014-15 staffing recommendation. Moved by Mrs. Vargas. Second by Mrs. DeLuca. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13.6, approval of employee contract. Moved by Mr. O'Clough, second by Mr. Kleinfelter. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13.7, approval of conference attendance. Moved by Mrs. Barkus. Second by Mr. McCall. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 13.8, approval of textbooks for the 2014-15 school year. Moved by Mrs. Barkus, second by Mr. McCall. Any discussion? Sorry. Let me correct myself. I apologize. Mrs. Barkus and Mr. McCall. Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13.9, approval of revisions of the high school program of studies for the 2014-15 school year. Moved by Mrs. Barkus. Second by Mr. McCall. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13.10, approval of student activity clubs and organizations. Do I have a motion? Moved by Mrs. DeLuca. Second by Mr. Kleinfelter. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 13.11, approval of grant diplomas to members of the class of 2014. Moved by Mrs. Barkus, second by Mr. McCall. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 13.12, approval ratification of out-of-state overnight student trips. Moved by Mr. Kleinfelter. Second by Mrs. Barkus. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13.13, approval of the Ojrsd Special Education Plan Report. Moved by Mr. McCall. Second by Mrs. Barkus. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13.14, approval of Chester County Immediate Unit 2014-15 budget. Excuse me. Moved by Mrs. Vargas, second by Mr. O'Connell. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13.15, approval for award of bid. Moved by Mr. Kleinfelder. Second by Mr. O'Connell. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13.16, approval for award of bid. Moved by Mr. Kleinfelder. Second by Mr. O'Connell. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13.17, award of bids in accordance with CCIU joint purchasing agreement. Moved by Mrs. Vargas. Second by Mr. Kleinfelder. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 14.1, public comment. Information, proposals, statements, and questions from individuals or delegations pertaining to any item. Speakers are to indicate their name and township of residence. Speakers are limited to not more than 3 minutes.
Permission to approach and present you with a protest for one of the awards from AstroTurf. Dan Driscoll.
Don't forget to sign in up there, please, Mr. Driscoll.
Dan Driscoll, Upper Newton Township, AstroTurf. No. I would like to present the protest from protest that is bid. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Item 15.1, board request for information. Seeing that there's none. Item 16.1, adjournment. Do I have a motion? Moved by Mr. O'Connell. Second by Mr. Kleinfelder. The meeting is now adjourned.